हेलो दोस्तों, कैसे हो आप लोग? उम्मीद करता हूँ आप सभी बढ़िया होंगे। दोस्तों, आज मैं एक लाइव इंटरव्यू लेने वाला हूँ डेवॉप्स पे। ठीक है, तो स्टार्ट करता हूँ मैं इंटरव्यू लेना। आप देखो, समझो कि लोग कैसे इंटरव्यू में कैसे क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं, लोग कैसे रिप्लाई करते हैं, कैसे आंसर करते हैं। ठीक है, ताकि आपको भी हेल्प मिले और जब आप कभी अपने अगले इंटरव्यू में जाओ तो इस वीडियो को देख के जाओ और आपको पता रहे कि कैसे आंसर्स करने हैं, कैसे नहीं करने हैं, कैसे बोलना है, क्या क्वेश्चन पूछे जाएंगे, सब कुछ। ठीक है, चलो मैं स्टार्ट करता हूँ। आप लोग बस देखो और समझो, कोई कभी डाउट हो तो मुझे लिंक्डइन या व्हाट्सएप पे कनेक्ट करके आप पूछ सकते हो। ठीक है, चलो। हाय प्रशांत,
Yeah,
आई एम
I,
ऑडिबल टू यू?
yeah, it's clear.
ओके, सो प्रशांत, बिफोर स्टार्टिंग लेट मी टेल you something about myself first. Okay, so in this organization I am working from last 4 years, and I am working here as a DevOps consultant. So I just today I'm taking your interview. So I just wanted to know a little bit about yourself first, and then we will move further for the interview. Okay. So okay, Prasant. So can you please explain me your previous experience about yourself, your study, and what you're doing right now?
Okay. So, as for my educational background, I in 2011, and
Mm-hmm.
after that I joined with some companies
Mm-hmm.
and start my IT career.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about 8 years of my IT career. So, I started my career with networking, and also work with some banks, DCs, infrastructures, office infrastructures also.
Mm-hmm.
After that, from last 4 years, I'm working with cloud services and cloud environment.
Mm-hmm.
So in this feature, I work with all the Azure cloud services, like all the networking and connectivity security services.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than this, I also working with working with all the uh, DevOps services also,
Mm-hmm.
which is including with Azure services.
Mm-hmm.
So in DevOps, I work on that Kubernetes, Docker, and
Mm-hmm.
Jenkins.
Mm-hmm.
And in if you take with automation part, I also work in some IAC part with Terraform.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the overall experience of my in my career with cloud and on premises.
Okay. So in your CV, I can see like you have mentioned rather than Azure, you have mentioned Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, and this kind of steps. Okay. And in introduction also you have mentioned you having this knowledge. So shall we start from Docker?
Sure.
Okay. So Prasant, first question is what is Docker file?
Uh, Thank you, sir, for asking me these questions.
Mm,
So I'll start with this Docker.
mm,
Docker is it's a sorry, a Docker file is a script that contains a series of instructions
mm,
on how to build a Docker image.
mm,
It defines the best images, copies file, install dependencies,
mm.
sets environments and variables, and specifies the command to run when the container starts. It helps automate the process of creating reproducible images.
Okay. So have you written any Docker file in your experience?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, in the last, I will ask you this Docker file thing. Like, please share your screen in the last and write a Docker file. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's move to the next question. So, Prashant, what is the difference between a Docker image and Docker container?
Okay. So in Docker image, a template that contains the application and its dependency,
Mhm.
it is read-only and can be shared or deployed on run containers. But in Docker container, a running instance of Docker image, it is lightweight, isolated process that runs the application defined by the image.
Okay. Mm. You have mentioned you have knowledge of Terraform also, right?
Sure.
So what is the Terraform state?
State file.
Yeah.
So in Terraform state, it is a file that contains the current state of your infrastructure
Mm-hmm.
managed by Terraform. It
Mm-hmm.
maps the resources defined in your configuration to real world resources.
Mm-hmm.
The state file is a crucial crucial for Terraform to track changes, detect any drift, and manage updates.
Mm-hmm.
It is typically stored locally and remotely for team collaboration.
Okay. Do you know about Terraform module also?
So,
What is the Terraform module?
so in Terraform module is a like a container for multiple resources that are used for together.
Mm-hmm.
It allows for reusable, better organization, and easier management for your infrastructure code.
Mm-hmm.
Modules can be local or remote.
Mm-hmm.
By using modules, you can reduce code duplication and maintain consistency.
Okay. Okay. So can you tell me a few benefits of Terraform modules? Why we need to use modules?
Okay. So in Terraform modules, we can start with this benefits.
Mm-hmm.
So code reusability, you can
Mm-hmm.
reuse the same module across multiple environments.
Mm-hmm.
Separation of concerns, modules, encapsulation, and complex logic, making configuration more readable and maintainable.
Mm-hmm.
Consistency also ensure the same configuration is used across multiple instructions, reducing human error.
Mm-hmm.
Version control also,
Mm-hmm.
Terraform modules can be versioned, allowed you to maintain and track changes over time.
Okay. Okay. If I ask you in general, what is Terraform? So what is your opinion? Opinion like what is Terraform? What do you understand by Terraform?
Yeah, like Terraform, it's a code,
Mm-hmm.
infrastructure as a code.
Mm-hmm.
So usually we are using when in portal we are using for creating the resources. There are some multiple steps, so
Mm-hmm.
it also taking much time.
Mm-hmm.
If I you just take an example, when I create a VM in a portal, so it will take so many steps also and so many parameters, and you need to take all the parameters and create the VM. So it will take more than 10 to 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
If you are going through Terraform,
Mm-hmm.
so only 4 lines only you just required to create the VM. So
Mm-hmm.
it will be take only 1 minute.
So what
So
are the command you use to run that code which you written in the Terraform? Like commands,
okay,
what are the main commands to deploy the code from Terraform to any cloud?
okay. So main commands are first we uh, in Terraform we are using.
Okay, leave it. So, do you
Okay.
know, like, if we have Ansible, right? Using
Yes.
Ansible also we can, like, we can use to provision the infrastructure on cloud. Okay, Ansible also we can use. So
Okay.
why we are using Terraform if we have Ansible? Any idea?
No.
No problem. Let's move to next tech stack. That is, I think you have mentioned you have knowledge of Azure also. You have working experience with Azure also. Okay. So, what are the type of load balancers available in Azure?
Okay. In in Azure there are four type of load balancer we are using.
Hmm.
So mainly it is one is Azure load balancer, one is application gateway, one is traffic manager, and another one is front door.
Hmm.
So uh, in Azure load balancer, it is working on your layer 4 segment.
Layer four
Like
or
it's
layer four of what?
layer 4 in the sense they are in your
OS.
OSI model, there are
Okay.
7 layers.
Okay. Okay. OS.
So in 7 layers, we just take in layer 4, it is a transportation layer.
Hmm.
So on that layer, that Azure load balancer is working. Means it's using the mainly in transportation layer,
Hmm.
transporting layer, it's using the TCP UDP model. So
Okay.
on that cases, that layer, that Azure load balancer is working on that.
Hmm.
And in application gateway, it's working on the layer 7.
Hmm.
Means when it is the application layer.
Hmm.
where the your internet will be connect with the another over internet. It will be work on your any resources. So
Hmm.
we are using on HTTP and HTTPS traffics on that, and it is working on your URL based routing. So that is the application firewall application gateway. And in traffic manager we are using the uh, uh, it is working on your global DNS based load balancer.
Hmm.
Is distributing based on geographical location and performance or priority.
Okay. Okay. Do you know what is virtual network in Azure VNet?
Yes.
What do you understand by VNet?
Yeah. Azure VNet is like it's like we are locally using that. Usually, we are using in our offices premises on premises that
Hmm.
LAN. The
Hmm.
same thing we are using in virtual. It is VNet.
Hmm.
It is logically represents your network in Azure cloud, and it's also work on Azure cloud backbone. So
Hmm.
it allows you to securely connect Azure resources to each other, and to on-premise network to VNet are essential for resource isolation,
Hmm.
segmentation, and managed network security policies within Azure.
Okay. Hmm. One more question I will ask you from Azure. Okay. What do you understand by Active Directory? AAD. Azure Active Directory. What is that?
So in earlier stage, we are using on on-premises ADs.
Hmm.
AD means Active Directory. The
Hmm.
same thing it's happened with Azure Active Directory. Means it's a directory where we can which is maintain your identity of your particular management and your services.
Hmm.
So nowadays it's in Azure it's changed. It's intra ID, and the name only changed. It's
Hmm.
convention in intra ID.
Hmm.
So, so we can mention it intra ID. It is used for your authentication and authorization for your particular users devices, which is accessing your resources in Azure and in your on premises. So there have sorry, Azure Active Directory also supports your sign on and multi-factor authentication and conditional access policies.
Okay. Okay. Do you have knowledge of Kubernetes?
So
Okay. So, what do you understand by pod, Kubernetes pod? What is that?
okay. A pod is the smallest and most basic unit of deployment in Kubernetes.
Hmm.
It can host one or more containers
Hmm.
that shares the same network namespace, like IP address,
Hmm.
storage, and other resources.
Hmm.
Pods are used to deploy applications and can be scaled, upgraded, and deleted as a single unit.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. And what is Kubernetes deployment?
Yeah, a deployment is a high level abstraction in Kubernetes that manages the lifecycle of pods.
Hmm.
It ensures the desired number of pods are running,
Hmm.
handles rolling updates, and supports automatic rollbacks in case of failure. Deployments help with scaling and maintaining application availability.
Okay. Okay. So, you have idea of Linux? You have worked in Linux?
Yeah, I already mentioned it.
Okay. So, do you familiar with chmod command?
Yes.
What is chmod command? Why we use it?
uh, the chmod command is used to change file permissions in Linux.
Hmm.
It modifies the read, write, and execute permission for the owner, group, and others.
Can you give me one example command?
Like chmod
Hmm.
755 file.txt.
What is this file.txt here?
This sets the file permission to read, write, and execute for the owner, and read execute for the others.
Okay, okay. So, can you tell me what is the PS command in Linux? Why we use this PS command? PS. In the full form of
Okay,
this command is process status. So, can you?
process status.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. uh, uh, by the name, it will be already mentioned.
Mm,
It's processing some of the status. So
mm,
this command is used to display information about the running processes on Linux system. It shows details like process ID,
mm,
CPU uses,
mm.
memory consumption, and the command used to start the processes.
Okay. Okay, Prashant. Okay, Prashant. So I am done with my questions, and
Thank you.
I will share my feedback with the HR, and she will get back to you. Do you have any question from me?
Yeah, sure. So, if I get selected with your team and in your company,
Mm.
so what is the exact role for me? Can you elaborate it?
Yeah. So we have multiple project going on. Okay. So we don't know like in which project you will get selected or in which project you will move. But in our project, which project I am handing over, in this project we are working on migration part. So we are migrating on-premises application into the Azure cloud, and we are following lift and shift process, lift and shift strategy. So here we use multiple tools and technology. Okay, we create infrastructure on Azure cloud. So we use Terraform to create that infrastructure. We are using Docker also because we create containers, we provision containers, and we are using Kubernetes also. So we are using multiple tools and technologies here. Okay, so if you will select in our team, in my team, so you are going to work on multiple tools and technology, and I think they will give you the profile of DevOps engineer. But today is your first round. It's a screening round. Uh, if you get selected in this round, so definitely our HR will get back to you and they will take your second round, which will be your main technical round. And then definitely if something goes well, so you will be in our company.
Yeah, nice. It sounds cool.
Okay.
So I think I'll be there.
Okay. Any other question?
No, thanks.
Thank you for your time, Prashant. Thank you so much.
Same here.
All the best. Bye bye. तो देखा दोस्तों, आज हमने इनका इंटरव्यू लिया। ठीक है, ये इंटरव्यू पहला राउंड था जिसमें होता है स्क्रीनिंग राउंड। अभी हमने सिर्फ स्क्रीनिंग राउंड लिया है जिसमें हमने बेसिक क्वेश्चन पूछे हैं बस। ठीक है, अभी इनका जो इंटरव्यू है ये मैं भेजूंगा एचआर के पास। ठीक है, मतलब जो फीडबैक होगा वो एचआर के पास भेजूंगा कि भाई इसका ऐसा इंटरव्यू था, ये था, जो भी चीज़ें हैं। एचआर इनको कॉन्टैक्ट करेगी, इनसे बात करेगी। ठीक है, अगर मैं एचआर को बोलता हूँ कि ये बंदा सही है, ठीक है, वी कैन मूव फॉर द प्रोसेस, तो फिर इसका सेकेंड राउंड शेड्यूल होगा और फिर हम इसका सेकेंड राउंड लेंगे। ठीक है, और अगर ये सेलेक्ट नहीं होता है, या अगर ये मतलब मुझे जहाँ पे कमी लगी वो तो मैं एचआर से बताऊंगा कि भाई यहाँ पे कमी थी। अगर उस कमी के बेस पे हम इसको मूव नहीं करते तो इसका सेकंड राउंड नहीं होगा। ठीक है, लेकिन इंटरव्यू उसने अच्छे से दिया, सारे क्वेश्चन अच्छे से रिस्पॉन्ड किए। कुछ चीज़ें थोड़ा डिलेस थी, कुछ चीज़ें समझ में नहीं आई, कहीं कहीं पे प्रॉब्लम्स थी जो मुझे लगी। और जो भी फीडबैक है मैं एचआर को दूंगा और एचआर फिर इनसे कॉन्टैक्ट करेगी। ठीक है, आई होप दे ये जो इंटरव्यू लिया मैंने आज, ये आपको समझ में आया होगा। आपने देखा होगा कि भाई कैसे लोग इंटरव्यूज़ लेते हैं, डेवऑप्स में किस तरह के क्वेश्चन होते हैं। अभी तो ये बस एक ही इंटरव्यू है, अभी हम लोग बहुत इंटरव्यू लेने वाले हैं। हम लोग मशीन लर्निंग ऑपरेशंस पे इंटरव्यू लेंगे, क्लाउड पे लेंगे, डेवऑप्स पे लेंगे, एसआरई पे लेंगे, इलास्टिक ऑप्स पे लेंगे, गिट ऑप्स पे लेंगे, बहुत सारे इंटरव्यूज होने वाले हैं। तो आज से मैं ये समझ लो स्टार्ट कर दिया इंटरव्यू सीरीज। तो देखते रहो, समझते रहो। अगर आप, मैं आपको एक गारंटी देता हूँ, अगर आप मेरे सारे इंटरव्यूज़ के वीडियोस देखते हो, ठीक है, जितने भी आने वाले हैं, और अगर आप अभी इंटरव्यूज़ की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हो, चाहते हो कि आप भी बाद में इंटरव्यू दो और जॉब निकालो, तो ये आपके बहुत काम आने वाला है। ठीक है, चलो, तो मिलते हैं भाई अगले इंटरव्यू में, अगले वीडियो में। तब तक के लिए पढ़ते रहो, आगे बढ़ते रहो। बाय बाय।